Howdy, I'm with Brian, and he just got limed. So, hey, Brian, how in the world did you hear about lime painting and end up choosing us?
Yeah, it was really simple. I used to go jogging down 17th Parkway and Park Hill, and frankly just saw the sign for lime painting. I got a couple of bids from other painters,
Hmm.
and including lime, and I just felt like with lime, the estimate was really clear and spelled out, and the
Mm.
price was really competitive. So when we finally decided to do it, I knew exactly who I was going to call.
Awesome. And then I circled back with you. Gosh, how long later was it?
Well, it was a full year later. So
Year later.
the Lime followed up and checked in on our needs and dusted off the old estimate that we had, and we made some revisions based on some different desires and things we wanted, and that was how we got it.
Awesome. And the main reason you called, tell me about this project.
Yeah, so we had a painted brick home, and they had used basically a paint color that was meant to match the original color of brick to the extent possible,
Hmm.
but it had probably been at least 20 years since it had been painted. There'd been some brickwork done, some renovations done, and it was just really looking faded and tired. And it was all one color. And so what we really wanted to do, knowing that we needed to paint it again, was to actually bring out some of the architectural details that this house has. So the scallops over the windows, the nice brickwork horizontally that creates a real flow for the eye. And so really wanting to refresh the look all around.
Looks awesome. And then I know you wanted to schedule when you were out of town because these older homes contain a lot of layers and layers of lead paint. So, were you happy that we were able to take care of you during that time?
Yeah, it was fine. So we were gone for a week, and Matt and I stayed in contact via text and phone calls, and we were able to really make sure we understood. The team took photos every day of what they were working on, so I definitely felt comfortable with where we were in terms of the progress of the process. And it was nice to be able to then come back and have a good understanding of what was going to happen next, and have them had cleaned up, got everything out of the way from when we came back with my family.
Right on. And we had a change of scope even, and we were able to show you what was going on with our prep through the video, and that all came together when you were out of town. So yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the house. Ready? All right, here we are on the west side, so we can actually see it. Tell us what it looked like before.
Yeah, so this was a great area. There was a lot of mortar that had been broken and was flaking off. There also were these creeper vines that had gone up all the way up to the roof and had moved over in the front of the house. Some of them had probably an inch thick diameter at the root
Oh
base.
yeah, real thick.
The
That
team
whole
took all
section.
of that off and really re-exposed all of the brick and the nice brickwork there. Did a lot of tuck pointing to clean up some of that brick before they started laying the paint down.
Yeah, so we did have Santiago, our mason, come in and
Yep.
grind out and fill a lot of the um, damaged brick areas where the mortar was just flaking, and shored all that up. So important to do that before you paint these older brick homes. And go.
Yeah, so one of the things that was a problem was the older part of the house was painted, and an addition had been put on about 15 years ago, whereas it was still regular brick. So we really wanted to have the continuity of the color, and the team helped prepare this brick, spray wash it, and really have it look the exact same. So you really can't even tell anymore where the old part of the house connected to the expansion
Oh
part.
yeah, it's awesome because wasn't it more something like it was a
Yeah,
red
so
color?
this was sort of, they used what seemed like reclaimed brick, so it was a lot of different colors, sort of just a gray mortar. So we really thought it would look a lot better painted, and we did the same with the garage over there too.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
So we're facing the sun on the west side, and this garage door it really took a beating. So the team worked really hard to spray and power wash the old paint that was flaking off, and really put a lot of work in a nice thick coat.
It's brand new.
Looks like a brand new door for sure.
Love it.
Yeah, so I think you could see, they did a lot of prep work with caulking, filling in the gaps and cracks and seams before they painted. So you got a much more consistent look and really sealed up quite well.
And here's a shot of the back of the garage. So it used to be all brick, regular brick without being painted. And we stained these window well areas.
I think this is really what we had been striving for when we thought about repainting it. All of this detail, these huge old windows and the scallop coverings, you know, really wanted to bring that back to life, and it was all one color and faded. And the team really did a great job getting very detailed in all of those different elements, and it really came out quite well.
Okay.
So even on the gutters, they tried to match those to the different changes in color there, and it's nice because especially when you're out on the street, you really can't see the gutters at all. They blend in with the paint quite well.
Beautiful. So any last words, like, on your overall experience with Lime? You know, anything you'd like to highlight that might make someone else choose us to partner with us for a paint job?
Yeah, I think for our family, it was really important to have a painting company that was able to communicate frequently with us, help us understand all of the different pieces, and when we needed something changed or we saw something that we didn't like, to have a group that was willing to make those changes quickly. I felt like Lime, that was exactly the experience we got. And I think if you're looking for a painter that knows the business and knows exactly what it takes to make customers happy with the work, I would definitely say Lime's a good company to use.
That's awesome. And then would you feel comfortable using Lime painting again in the future?
Absolutely. We were already talking about a couple places inside that
Woohoo.
we would really think about using the team again. We'd be happy to.
Well, awesome. Hey, tradition on the count of three, you got to say get limed, and you got to act like you're in your crazy TV voice. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Get limed!